First Bowser, and then the fair Princess Peach were lost to the halls of Castle Black. Would they ever be seen again? Without his allies, could our hero Mario hope to stand against the evil Count Black? The very air in the castle grew heavier and even more ominous with every step. All they could do was plod forward in silence. Chapter 8-3 Countdown to Destruction. The power of the void is growing. I can feel it. The Chaos Heart is close now. The end is almost here. We must hurry. One jump cut later. Hello everybody, here to you, and welcome back to Let's Play Super Paper Mario. These guys are here, and I forgot about them. So in today's episode, we're going to continue onward throughout Castle Black, now without our Princess by our side. It's very unfortunate indeed. And yeah, we got level up! Come on, close enough. I was aiming for the blue one, but we can't win them all. Let's see if we can take damage like that. Keeps. Okay. 3D solves everything. There we go. Oh, yeah, I don't want that. But anyway, yeah. In the previous episode, Peach died, and it's very tragic indeed. Which leads me to something that I need to talk about for a moment. So, it kind of seemed like the style at the time of Mario RPGs around this period, where it seemed like they couldn't help but kill off Mario characters constantly. Because Mario and Luigi Partners in Time also start off with Mario and Luigi kind of dying. And I think Peach also has a similar fate later in the game. I don't actually know, I never played the game by myself, but it's pretty interesting because it happened in that game, and it happened in this one a couple times, so they just couldn't help but killing off Mario characters around this time. So, maybe you're confused as to what to do in this area. Well, with their super handy-dandy powers of Luigi, we're going to do that, and we're going to go up this way. So, to be completely honest, I don't actually remember what is supposed to be your clue to be able to do this. If you were to use Tippy on the door, it'll tell you something along the lines of like figuring out like a certain way to go through the door. So what you're supposed to do is use Luigi to climb up here, and then go into 3D and defeat these guys if you want to. I don't actually know if this is required, but it's still fun to fight these guys. And then go down here. A couple things worth mentioning before we go too much further into this video is that off screen I went back to Flipside to go get some more of these blue Super Shroom Shakes because we were desperately low on health items and things like that, and we're going to need a lot of them going forward. So we got a lot of mirrors in this area, and bottomless pits that we fall down, and that's quite unfortunate indeed. Well, I guess Pick Mario Origami King refers to them as not bottomless pits, so I think that's the proper terminology for the canon of this game. Alright, so that one mirror wasn't sparkling, which means that it's not the mirror at all. So now we can go over here and... oh! It's a secret passage! I think that's a Let's Play reference out there somewhere. Anyway, let's click the treasure chest. A couple other things worth mentioning about this area. And, wait, what was I doing? Oh, that might actually be useful. I was going to do... makes you briefly invisible. That would be useful as well. We don't need the stopwatch. I'm never going to use that. So, a couple other things worth mentioning. If you were to go back to Flipside to get anything right now and you come back over here, you may be wondering, what do the rooms look like that Bowser and Peach went missing in? So you'll see on screen right now what those rooms look like now. Bowser's room doesn't really look that much different, which is a little bit weird considering that the ceiling literally collapsed. But Peach's room, that one is very noteworthy because like literally everything is crumbled. You can even see the pit where Peach and Mimi fell down. It's really interesting. And it's also kind of morbid that we don't get to see the bodies if we go there. Well, actually, it probably would be more morbid if we did see the bodies, but that's not the point right now. The point right now is that we're going to continue on our merry way through our path of glory. And now we have a key. It's a shiny key. And my voice sounds a little different in this video because I'm recording this while I have a sore throat. Isn't that amazing? So up the stairs is going to be another locked door if we continue on that way, so we're going to want to go and do 3D to avoid all of these jerk faces. I mean, look at their smug, dumb grins. Who do they think they are? And over here, This is basically going to be solved using the super amazing powers of trial and error. You want to fight these guys the best you can. You don't have to defeat them, but if you use Luigi as a super jump, you'll be able to go over here and knock it down the block and open the door. And over here, the combination is going to be like this. The clue for knowing if it's going to be a different room is that the magic blob jerks that you're fighting, they're going to be firing different colored spells at you. So this is a completely different room than the other one. If we go through the other door, I believe that takes us back to the beginning of this puzzle, if I remember correctly. And this one's going to work different. So if we go into 3D, now there are numbers on these blocks. So we need to hit them in a certain combination. Let's go like that and jump! So, I've been watching Game Champ 2000 videos a lot lately, and one that I was watching was Super Mario Odyssey Jumpless. One of my favorite things in that video is, like, okay, that right there, I gotta say, I know I'm a little sidetracked right now, but right there on the practice playthrough, I'm really sad I don't have footage of this, but the red blob guy got, he spawned when the treasure chest animation was starting, so, like, one frame when the chest wasn't there, he was there, but the eyes didn't spawn yet. And then the treasure chest triggered, so I moved ahead one frame, and the red eyes appeared. It was kind of creepy. But yeah, in that video from Game Jam 2000, she says there was one point where, like the entire point of the video was to beat the entire game without jumping. And later in the game, there's a counter on screen to tell you how many times you jumped throughout the game. And there's one point where, like, you used Cappy to make Mario bounce and things like that, so she was like, that was not a jump, that was a bounce! So whenever I hear the word jump or bounce right now, that's what I'm thinking of. Owie! That hurt my feelings! Why would you do that to me? I thought we had something special! Ooh, coins! Coins galore! Coins are shiny! Coins are for you in every store! I don't know what I was trying to remember right there. I'm not good at poetry. Probably why I shouldn't be in a literature club. That could only end in disaster. So let's go over here. Ah, that's a submission! Owie! I thought that would be a one-up or something. And this area over here, first of all, we're going to use a mushroom because I would like to have some HP before we are deceased. Flip into 3D, and you can see arrows on the wall that will help you guide you on your journey. So, continue on like this, and if you get lost on where you need to go next, go back into 3D. So it looks like we need to loop around that platform over there, and we're going to need Luigi to go across this area. So this right here, I gotta say, this is where I think the multiple party member thing works really well for this game, when there's not too many characters, because when we have all 4 people in our party, one thing that I noticed about this game is that it doesn't really handle swapping between the characters that great. And what I mean by that is that, yeah, it is pretty fun, but more often than not, you're probably going to stick with one character and then use another one when it becomes a bit more situational. But in instances like this, where it's really only 2 people, they kind of bounce out their special abilities a bit better, if that makes any sense. And that was the combination that we needed to go in this area. And now there's another mirror puzzle that we need to figure out. Alright, so what I like doing is, I like jumping across this area, going into 3D whenever we have to face one of those, I can't remember those names, the weird red rectangle guys. I usually like going to 3D for those areas, because those guys can be a little bit obnoxious to deal with. For this area, where there's a lot of Dementios this place, and it's kind of amazing that we was able to render the main characters on screen. I'm honestly still impressed that they could do this. This kind of reminds me of that one forest area in Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, when you have all those cute little Pikmin-like creatures. I know they're not Pikmin, but like they kind of look like Pikmin. Can we get the treasure chest? Treasure chest, treasure chest, treasure chest, treasure chest. I want the treasure chest. I like using Berry in this area because it can help clear out the Dementio guys a lot. So, hey, they look funny when they're dying. That's a morbid statement that no one should ever take seriously. Yeah, I like using Barry across this area. If you don't have Barry in your party, just go back to chapter 3.1 and talk to the pixel in the bushes again. It's super easy to find, and honestly, it's honestly kind of silly that it's an optional pixel, to be honest, because it's so easy to go back over there and get him again. So I don't know why they made him optional. So one more thing that I like to recommend real quick. There is a bit of a warning that I'd like to say about this game that you probably would have had to have gone out of your way to notice this, but okay, this is exactly what I was talking about before with these guys being obnoxious to jump. Oh, you didn't even get a chance to move yet! Okay, you need to die. You need to be destroyed. Not you, Mario. Okay, yeah, the warning I was trying to give. So we talked about this briefly in the previous episode, but there are treasure maps in this game that you can get from the one guy in Flopside. I want to give you a bit of a warning about that though, because one of the treasure maps will lead you into this area, and the exact treasure actually spoils the final boss. So be careful if you're going through that right now. Do we want to save our game? No, we don't. Okay. Make sure you're fully healed before you go into this area. I'm not taking my own advice because I live life on the edge. Yeah.
So you've made it here at last. Oh, but what's this? You seem to be missing the ravishing Princess Neon Flailer.
Dementio acknowledges Bowser's arms! Dementio, we don't have time to trade barbs with you. Move out of the way.
Ah, I see. You're in a hurry. Allow me to get you out of your way then. Just as soon as you defeat me. You've proven to be worthy foes in the past, so I'm not going to make it easy. You'll have to come get me first. It'll be like a game of tag with magic.
Oh no, whatever are we going to do? Looks like you want to open. Does Tippy say anything about the door? I'm curious about this. The door is sealed. That's great. Alright, so, Fleep, it's your time to shine. Where are we? Look, there! So we're going to be revisiting through a majority of the places we've seen before already in this game. This is a pretty interesting area where you're like kind of revisiting the past areas, and I always like it when games do this because it's like giving you like a bit of like a memory way of like you're going down memory lane of your adventure throughout the game. Remembering all the stuff you did, and it's really fun. I really like this. Although it is all areas we've seen before, and this area can go on for a little while. So we're going to be fast forwarding throughout the rest of this gameplay segment, and that's going to be pretty fun.
Enjoy my game of tag?
Hey, stop messing around and fight us for real.
Messing around? Oh no, magic is no laughing matter. I am always deadly serious. I am watching you. You're the only ones who can stand up to Count Black. So I have a favor to ask. Will you help me destroy the Count?
What are you talking about? You want to betray him?
Betray him? Oh no, it is Count Black who has betrayed me. He said he would destroy all worlds and create a new, perfect world in their place. But he was lying. He plans to obliterate every world, and then keep them all in ruin. I have always known about his nefarious goal, but I can never hope to stop him on my own. I find loyalty to him as I search for someone who could defeat him with me. Well, you see, that is why I rescued the princess from certain brainwashing. It's also why I sent her to the underworld to fix the broken pure heart. And why I freed a man to be reunited with his brother. Now do you see?
You've been helping us all this time?
You've got me pegged. Now, how about you return the favor? I'll give you the power you need to crush Count Black. Just fight by my side.
I don't feel like it.
Still you refuse? But this offer drips of generosity. With the Chaos Heart in our hands, we can rule every world. Do you still refuse?
No way.
So you spit upon my offer. You have wasted my time, and for that, your game ends. I think I'll start with the green one. The shag upon his lip will make a fine trophy.
Shag? This mustache is all Luigi! Leave this one to me, bro. You run ahead. You've got worlds to save. You don't have time to fight this baddie. Don't let Bowser and Peach's sacrifice be for nothing. Or mine either. Besides, he made fun of my stash, bro. You know I'm sensitive about that. Let me at him. Run for it, bro. Thanks, bro.
How tender. I just squeezed out a tear. Yes, Mario can run along. And if he somehow manages to defeat Count Black on his own, all the better. And so I strike like an unseen dodgeball in an echoing gymnasium.
And now, it's Luigi versus Dementio. No partners, no pixels, only items that they carry. So, one thing I gotta say that's pretty interesting detail. So, if you were to say yes to your offer, this is what would have happened. Mario, wait! Are you sure you could trust him? I don't know if I believe all of this.
Don't believe me? But trust her, it is the tasty paste that holds civilization together. How does this strike you? Defeat the Count and I'll give you a rare card. Does that entice you?
Yes! He's lying, I can feel it. He's trying to trick us and use us for his own ends.
You are like a sad maker sack that has deflated and lost all of its trust. Perhaps a signed a bottle of my fragrance demented by Dementio will sway you. People will stand in ovation when you enter a room. Now will you fight with me?
Mario, who do you trust, Dementio or me? I won't warn you again. If you say yes once more, I will not be able to save you. You'll be that psychopath's partner, for better or worse.
You're the hero, and are you going to let that little butterfly mindset influence your decision? What will it be? Will you help me face Count Black? Excellent choice, Mario. You are wiser than you look.
Bro, is that really a good idea? I really wish you hadn't done that. Goodbye.
Now let me give you a taste of my scrumptious power. That sucking sound is your free will being plunged from the toilet of your mind. Now you are my slave, and you will do my bidding. You'll be fearless. Go and defeat the Count, and when he is gone, I'll create a new world. Again, for dramatic effect.
It's a really interesting detail because those are the same sprouts that were hypnotizing the Kragadons in Chapter 5, which implies that Dementio was also behind that as well. You'll see this all the time in like Pathological Liars and things like that, how they'll kind of try to make you believe that all the good stuff that happened in your life was because of them. So, I don't know if this was like the intention of it, but it kind of gives the impression that Dementio was written to be like a gaslighter or something like that. So that's my interpretation of this character. And this right here, what I recommend is, I recommend you have items that will like attack a bunch of enemies at once. So we have a Thunder Rage and Ice Storm. Both are useful for this. You don't need to have a whole lot of these. You can also use Trial and Error, but if you want to use the Stubborn way, you can also go like this. Actually, that's not the Stubborn way, that'd be the more impatient way. But it's still a pretty effective way to attack. When you flip them to 3D like that, go like that, and then jump. My timing goes off right there, but you get the basic idea. That can be pretty tricky to avoid when he's using his diamond attack, or when he's using his explosion attack, rather. That can be tricky to avoid, but if you have skills like me, then you are doomed forever, because I have no skills. Alright, now! I still can't quite get the timing on that one. I know it's possible. There we go, haha. Sorry, 3D, we're gonna do that, and... yeah, and we missed. Oh, we missed. Shake, 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 shake the Wiimote, shake the Wiimote.
No! I cry, Uncle. Mercy. Uncle, I say.
Had enough, Dementio? I didn't need my superstar bro to take you on.
Ah, I see that now. Your power is formidable. It is exactly why I can't let you fall into Count Black's velvet-lined gloves.
What are you doing?
I have you now, Luigi. We will both taste the agony of game overing by magic. Yeah.
No, it can't be. But Luigi. You're right, Mario. It hurts, but you're right. You must grieve for him later. We have to stop the Count. First Bowser, then Peach, and now our dear brother. What happens next?